Hello, my name is Siler. I've been doing tarot for since I was 15 years old. Today I have a general reading. It's for all the signs. I have water starting off, then fire, earth, and air. Um, yeah, I just thought I would begin doing readings now for people on the internet for free. Just to see if anybody's interested. Yeah, this is just a general reading. I have homemade cards that I've made. I've pre-pulled oracle decks in the homemade decks. I have a homemade oracle deck with songs and then general messages with the other deck, and then I have tarot decks specified for each sign. I apologize that I'm stammering. It's my first time making a video. I really didn't want to show my face, but the stand I made today doesn't allow that. So yeah, let's begin with water. This is your general message. So if you are a water sign, I recommend, if it's your sun, Venus, or Mars sign typically for these kinds of readings, just because I was trying to do a love spread. Because right now I feel in the world we need a little bit more love with everything kind of going on. Yeah, it's just a mess, you know? So here we go. I will be shuffling cards as we go. I'm going to do that first before going into your oracles, if that makes sense. So for my water signs who are Scorpios, Pisces, or Cancer. Jesus. You guys have had a lot of jumpers today. I'm not going to lie. I've been drawing threes just so it's not a super long reading, and so you don't feel like you have to stay for the whole video if you don't want to. Right off the bat, water signs, I am seeing that well, you have 10 of Wands starting off. That always means you're kind of overworked, overburdened with something. You do have King of Wands right next to it as well, meaning there's an influence of either a masculine energy or a man, could be a father figure, or a man who kind of resembles the father. Typically it's somebody who is very passionate and very, in this deck he's kind of sneaky, and he has the Phantom of the Opera face, so he's kind of covering up his face. So I am sensing some sneakiness around being overburdened, if that makes sense, in the physical realm. It might be you hiding back that you're in a really, like, going through it and being like, I'm not gonna tell my friends and family, it might overburden them. I'm gonna take the lead, the initiative, especially with Queen of Cups being here. She kind of represents the emotional side of things, the sensual side of things, but also like taking care of the self. So I kind of see it as more so, yes, I'm overworked, I'm overburdened, I'm trying to live my dream in this moment, but I don't want to let others know about it, if that makes sense. Your oracles that you pulled, you have recognition and reward, patience, movement, choices, and decisions. I did see patience fall out when I was shuffling the deck. This can also, when it came out, I immediately thought of Sagittarius season, which is coming up really soon. So I feel like whatever work you're putting in, because Ten of Wands, I'm going back to the Ten of Wands card here. I feel like whatever work you're putting in and you're feeling overburdened by it, there's going to be a time that comes where you're going to be recognized. You're going to be rewarded again, like this card, but you have to kind of put the effort in when you're in a team setting, or you have family and friends who are trying to reach out to you and give you that help and support. You have to be willing to accept it. You can't always just be so headstrong. Because patience is the temperance card in this oracle deck. It's very much so about taking the time we need to care for ourselves, taking the time we need to tend to the things that are important to us and important to life, movement choices and decisions. This is kind of like juggling a bunch of things. Again, I feel like that's in a work situation. I'm feeling that there's a lot of decisions around work. You're feeling very overworked at this time. And who knows, this could also be around a Sagittarius as well. You do have 2 court cards. King of Wands does represent fire signs, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and then Queen of Cups does represent you guys, the Scorpios, the Pisces, the Cancers. I keep stalling on the Cancers. I knew I would. And there's the Leo card. So yeah, you could have a Leo in your life at this time who's causing you some problems or trying to help you out. It could be like a double-edged sword too, where they're being overly helpful and not allowing you that space to do the things you need. You do also have the clean and sexy put together card, so even though you're overworked, overburdened, holding the like, I got my shit together, people know you got your shit together, you look good doing it. Funny, after the Leo card, you do have don't put hope into reconciliation with an ex. It won't happen, and this could be revolving around a ex-friend, an ex-family member, an ex-relation, like an ex-partner, and it could be a Leo as well. And the last card I pulled for you was Give Me One Reason to Stay by Tracy Chapman. It's one of my favorites, so please look it up. I kind of think it puts it together where you kind of just need that one more reason to stay in this situation. Whether it's a job, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's a home even. But yeah, so far that is what I have for you guys, water signs. I hope that helped solve any issues, but just know in Sagittarius season I do see things turning around for you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do allow others to help you. It's important. It takes a village to raise a person. So, yeah. I'm going to move on to the fire signs next. Alright, high fire signs. I have, so kind of what I told my water signs is I have your oracle cards and such shuffled. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for you unless I feel otherwise. But yeah, let's get into it. and your general messages. I'll reveal your oracles and everything at the after this pull. Oh, that's always fun. The devil. So right off the bat, you have the devil, 5 of cups. I am seeing that there is a bottom of the deck. You have death. So you have the devil, 5 of cups, and the knight of discs. I guess I should say 5 of goblets. Right off the bat, it's telling me there is something you need to overcome. Whether it's an addiction, a bad relationship, a bad job, I'm getting... It's similar to group 1 because of the discs, but I feel like there's a lot of emotional ties to the workplace. It could be potentially like you have emotional connections, or this could be somebody breadcrumbing you in a relationship as well. The devil kind of represents something that is unchained, holding you to kind of like an addictive standard where you need to keep coming back for more. In this case, this devil, there's no chains or anything, but traditionally I always think of the devil as something we need to overcome. The 5 of goblets does represent a major loss, grief happening. It's almost like crying over spilt milk. Like you knew this thing was really bad for you, even though in the end it spilled over and it ended or became nothing more than, talking or texting or only going on one date a week. Just because of the Knight of Discs, he's a breadcrumber. Traditionally, he's going to give you that little bit here and there. Or she, if you are, a lover of women or a lover of men, I don't really care. Or they. This is, however, I was wondering why it was so heavy. This feels like something that's ended. Just because you do have the death card at the bottom of your deck right here. But it feels like there's remorse that it ended. Yeah. Commitment. Yeah. So you have wisdom, harmony, and then suffering and silence. I'm kind of going to jump a little bit to your song. I know I said wait till the end, but it's kind of making sense. Your song was by Motionless in White, one of my favorite bands. Eternally Yours, also one of my favorite but more cheesier songs. This song does definitely represent a toxic relationship. Especially with wisdom here. This is the Hierophant card, so this could be like a deep connection, whether it's friendship or a lover. Like, it's giving me that, or even work related. Like, you might have had a fling at work and you thought it was going to go further. It didn't. But it feels like it turned into something that's left you wondering why it hasn't excelled into another part of the relationship, if that makes sense. Like, you're being disillusioned the whole time. You have the self-care card, which I did see that when it came out. I was kind of happy you got that now, seeing all these. Oh, interesting. But you have the moon, And then an invitation for a romantic evening is coming in soon. That worries me just for this spread and how it represents. The suffering in silence is the Nine of Swords, so this is like anxiety, staying up late because you're having bad dreams again. In my experience, for me personally, with the Nine of Swords, if you're a survivor and you've gone through some traumatic shit, this is the card that represents your PTSD coming back up, and you're kind of plagued by those Nine Swords again. But definitely during this time, take care of yourself, whatever that looks like. There's no right or wrong way to take care of yourself. I always remember the shower is my favorite. Like, I do shower rituals. I always take salt in with me. Salt's a big cleanser, whether it's espum, I'm probably saying it wrong, or regular table salt, just cleanse it away. If it's face masks, whatever, just make sure you're taking care of yourself first. With this moon card, this is talking about listening to your dreams at this time, because we are in Scorpio season, so a lot of people are getting prophetic dreams that are going to come to fruition soon. And they're also going to tell us a lot about what our fears and anxieties are, and they're going to reveal a lot of stuff about what's to come within the next month or so. But for you, my dear fire signs, if you get invited for a romantic evening soon, like a date or anything, please be wary. Make sure you know this person. Just because these cards are a little daunting, I don't want you to get swept up in the wrong thing. Make sure you feel safe with this person, because this energy is like not even devil dick energy. This is like actual devil. Like, I'm out to make your life a living hell. So please be careful out there. This is big love bomb energy as well, so be wary. But yeah, look up Motionless in White's Eternally Yours. Listen to the lyrics if you feel inclined. One of my favorites, I'll let you in on, is I'm ready to bleed, to make amends, and sleep in this dirt we call our bed. If that gives you any insight on who this individual could be. But yeah, I'm going to move on to my earth signs. Hope that helped, fire. Hi, earth signs. I'm going to go right into this. That last reading was kind of intense, but yeah, hopefully yours is a little bit nicer. I'm going to shuffle your tarot cards first. I have your pre-shuffled oracles over here. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright. Jesus Christ. This is a completely different deck, too. This looks a little bit better, though, than the last reading. So, you have the Devil. We also have the Lovers, and Daughter of Wands. At the bottom of your deck, you do have Ace of Swords, so I do see you getting some insight about something soon. The Lovers does talk about coming into balance with someone or something in your life, like it's becoming harmonious. It's starting to feel like you're walking kind of step in step, like it's like a dance, and you're feeling like, okay, this is going really well finally. Whether this is in a relationship, a job, your home life, in life in general, things are going probably pretty nice. It feels like you're balanced again. The Daughter of Wands, you're probably living out your exciting dreams at this time. You're probably exploring more. You might be experimenting with projects that you've been wanting to do. You might have been experimenting with new lovers as well. This devil doesn't quite bother me as much as the last devil, I'm gonna say. This actually makes me feel more like you facing your own addictive tendencies just because of this Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like you're finally kind of in sync with yourself, and you're finally like, okay, here's how much my shit stinks. I'm okay with it. I'm trying to make it better. I'm walking auspiciously with the world and with everything I have. It seems like you're living life to the fullest at this time, which is really good, honestly. This is probably one of the better ones I've had. Ooh. Okay. So you do have the Two of Cups, which is my spiritual union card, and then you have Light, which is the Sun, and New Beginnings, which is the Fool. So you have a lot of major arcana, is what I'm noticing. Right now, this is a major point in your life. I feel like the person you're seeing, who you're in harmonious, like, movement with, this is good. I'm just gonna lay these down because, yeah, no, this is still really good. Yeah, so whoever you're seeing right now, they're nice. They might be a little territorial at times. I'm not seeing it as dangerous territorial. Like, they're seeing you as, that's my person. If somebody tries to hit on or flirt with my person, we're gonna have some problems. So that's really nice. I always like seeing this card in spreads like this because it's almost like, oh, somebody cares about me in that way. They don't want to lose you, basically. You have Light. The Sun means, again, you're going through this joyful period, this like, things are looking up finally. Like, the sun is literally shining through you. You feel like you're full of energy again. Whatever has come through, like, you may have even come into some money. That's making life a little bit easier, where you're like, oh shit, I thought I wasn't gonna make that bill, but finally I am, and I have a little bit more spending money to go on, to do whatever I want, spend some money on myself. But then you have this New Beginnings card, this Fool. It seems like you're ready to take a new journey into something. It might be this new relationship as well. Or the other take on this could be, because of these bottom cards that you have. So that first part that you heard, it was very nice. I'm looking at it again. I still feel like you're doing really well. That's the thing. Like, this is for a small percentage of you that might be talking to somebody who's a little shitty. You find out it's illuminated by the sun. You find out you need to cord cut with them because they're too territorial. You have gossip at work with those you thought you trusted. Keep your cards close to your chest, meaning, like, don't be telling everyone your business. Don't be telling everyone your plans. Make sure you know what your game is and staying on it. That's a small amount of you. However, for the first part that I was mentioning, where everything seems like it's going really well, I see you also cutting cords right now where attachments have been, where you have been having attachments and you've been cutting them. And the gossip at work with those you thought you trusted, that's really your only negative thing. Everything else is looking good. Like, you've been cutting your cords. You have a person who cares about you because they're a little territorial and they care about you. You're going on a new journey. You're feeling valued again. You're existing with the shadow side and the light side of you. You're coexisting with both those energies where you feel like, okay, I can experiment with life again and enjoy myself. Your song is Please Don't Leave Me by Pink. So yeah, check that song out. I feel like this song would probably be more for the toxic relationship people part. But yeah, that's just my little bit for my earth signs. I hope that helps and I hope you enjoy. And I'm going to move on to my air signs. Hi, air signs. If you haven't watched another video yet and you're just coming in, you skipped to your part, I'm going to shuffle your cards first from the tarot deck that I picked out for you. We're going to talk about these, then get into the oracle decks that I pre-shuffled for you. Yeah, let's get into it. Jesus Christ. Third monster box that I take to a book to my table. So, here is your part of the video. I apologize for that disruption. So right now you have Princess of Swords and the Empress, and now King of Pentacles. So with Princess of Swords, she's always kind of looking for the truth. Kind of expect that someone's watching you at this time. I know that sounds super creepy, because they're waiting to give you some either advice, a message, or insight, because she's all about the intellect and the mind and how to be more honest and see the world through honesty and through blatant honesty sometimes where it hurts. This individual could be a feminine energy or a female, or they could be a man who, is on the younger side and has more feminine qualities, or non-binary. The Empress represents mothering yourself at this time, or mothering others. There's definitely going to be a great deal of abundance that comes in. Whether it's, I don't see it being monetary so much as it is in like self-gratifying, where you're taking care of yourself better and you're like, oh, this is what I've been missing out on. I do see you actually coming into money. King of Pentacles always kind of represents, finally, some money's coming in. But it's with hard work. Like, we're putting in the work for this money. The bottom of the deck, you do have the alien, so we are going within, searching for a deeper purpose or a deeper truth to get answers. You have Memories of Love, Shadow, and Balance. Memories of Love is is the Six of Cups. And Six of Cups represents I mean, it could definitely, because you do have the Empress, and most tarot readers would tell you expect a baby coming because of the Six of Cups. But I always think of it as like nostalgia or someone coming back from the past, in my experience. Like you might be at work one day and then all of a sudden you see somebody who you haven't seen in like 8 or 9 years, and you're like, holy shit, is that Travis, my mom's ex-boyfriend? And you're just like, what the fuck? Anyway, Six of Cups is kind of that way, where it's just like reminding you of like where people have helped you along the way, or you're coming into contact with those people who have either helped you or they've taught you a great lesson in life throughout your years. You have shadow especially next to it, so this could be a person who brought out your shadow self. This is the Moon card. Again, I'm not surprised a lot of people are getting intuitive messages. Pay attention to your dreams, your fears, your anxieties, what's ramping up for you right now. The moon is definitely messing with all of us internally and externally, along with everything going on in the world. The shadow, I do feel like memories of love could be a person from your past coming in to tell you something. Could be this Princess of Swords who's coming in to kind of make you face a shadow of yourself that you might not be ready to face, but it's going to help reward you in the end. This King of Pentacles and the Empress with the self-gratifying, like, oh, I did something good for myself, or I did something good for someone else finally. And my payout is either a monetary gain or material gain of some sort. Balance is your Justice card, so this is kind of just saying things are finally coming into alignment in life. You're not going to feel so unsteady, so uprooted. I know a lot of us have been feeling a lot of uprooted in the scarcity mindset. Income instability, not good with money. So yeah. This balance card, I think, is going to help feel like that income's instability is going to kind of help shift that a little bit, so you don't feel like you're so unstable all the time. And if you do come into income instability, I think this person that's coming into your life from the past is going to offer you something that's going to be like, oh, shit, thanks, dude. I didn't realize you had that right now, or I didn't realize you were in that line of work. The one you can't stop thinking of can't quiet their mind of you, and then Goddess, Divine Femme Energy are your other two cards. Typically, the one you can't stop thinking of, can't quiet their mind of you, is basically a sign of like, so you've been thinking of someone recently you can't stop thinking about. It's probably this person from the past, whether they're not, whether you just saw them in passing, whatever. This is that person, whoever you can't stop thinking of. That's your intuition telling you, like, hey, they're thinking of you. You can't stop thinking of them. There's a reason. Something's coming together. The Goddess and Divine Feminine energy just represents, like, you're finally stepping into your power again. You're finally feeling like you're one within the divine. You feel like the feminine, so the more intuitive, the more in tuned with emotions, sometimes the destructive side, the good destructive, so maybe the constructive is coming out to make way for renovations. Basically, they'll make us feel better. I will say you guys got one of my other favorite songs. The reason why I make these homemade decks is so I can put some of my favorite songs in them. Well, yeah, so I can do that. But You're So Smart, You're So Nice by Kimya Dawson. That's your guys' song. please take a listen to it if you so feel inclined. That is your reading. I apologize that it got interrupted. Clearly, that was a sign, because I also am an Aquarius with you bitches, air sign. I didn't look at your guys' cards as much as anyone else's because I really wanted to be more blind on my signs. But yeah, I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe. Really helps. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, or if you want to see Reiki videos, because I also do Reiki, maybe crystal ball readings, just